Walking through the lobby of the cafeteria, I silently rue my daily routine having been completely thrown off. It had seemed like a normal day. I arrived in class before most, due to walking early and having become quite adept at chucking down my pills without choking as I get ready for the day. But as the students trickled in, one never materialized. Hanako. Didn't she usually get really sad around her birthday? Or is that Emmy? No, doesn't she get sad around her birthday? But her birthday already passed. What is she sad about? Maybe Lily? I don't know. I step inside, my eyes scanning the expanse of the cafeteria in search of a suitable place to take a seat. It's a task made more difficult by the groups of students moving about and busily talking. Yeah. A hand pounds my back hard a couple of times, severely winding me. Couldn't care less about the culprit as I focus my thoughts on my chest in a near automatic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breast, and I start going through the steps as I rehearse in my mind every other day. Breathe steadily in and out. With a measure of relief, I can slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look back up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. Oh, fuck. Hey, man, are you okay? God damn it, don't do that, you idiot. He retreats back, an expression of unease written on his face. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have barked at him, considering he had no way to know. I give a sigh with my and right myself with some difficulty. Sorry, I just have some chest problems. Sharp knocks aren't good. It seems strange to see him so upset. The fact I can't do anything about it irritates me. Let's get lunch. Okay, it's good to have some company for once. We start off to the serving line. One good thing is that Kenji and I can make small talk nowadays, as opposed to my only interaction being in anti-feminist lectures. Seems like it'd be hard to find an empty table. There are a few people I wouldn't mind sitting with. Nobody's like you, though. I feel a shiver run down my spine. Clarify that now. They don't listen. Their minds are closed. It's the media, man. The goddamn brainwashing mainstream feminist fascist media. Takes a breath, and I savor the second of silence. Damn, they control everything. Everything but you and me. I relax a little while and grab our food and drink. So, what do you got for me? Huh? Come on, you've been hanging around Suto and that other chick for ages now. Rumors are all over my class, probably some others too. Eavesdropping isn't a good habit. Let me guess, you never do it? I mean, really, when you're really bored? Really? Well, fine, point taken. Both of us stop to have soup ladled into a cup of small bowls and placed onto our trays. The connection that lands into the bowl looks pretty questionable, but at least it smells reasonably good. As we take our seats, and at a miraculously free table, I try to think of something that would actually interest him at all. I hope I can come up with an acceptable topic. I found an answer to that question you asked me a couple weeks back, where Lily's non-Japanese half comes from. That is. Good man. It's Russia, right? Totally Russia. Scotland. He's visibly stopped in his tracks. Scotland. Yeah, it's just my reaction too. She can speak English fluently and everything. Damn it. Do you realize what this means? How terrifying this news is to me? I think he's hyperventilating. Whoa. Passing out a little while would probably make him more than relaxed than he normally is. I don't know. None of this seems relevant to Lily. Unless we, humor him. And then, rumors would get around about us humoring him. And, if we say something, he'll tell somebody else. Because there's, a big theme about rumors going around right now. How, Emmy knows that Lily's leaving and everything. And it's I'm just going to ignore him. I dig into my food, hoping he'll take the hint from my silence. I just lost 1,000 yen, man. 1,000! Damn, this is my worst day ever. No such luck. You're kidding me. You made a bet on her nationality? One of those dudes in my class is bugging me about it. Gave him some of my wisdom. He had the audacity to say my logic was wrong. So, what did he think? Germany or something. Doesn't matter. What matters is my 1,000 yen. Damn. This day ruined thanks to her. What a bitch. He looks utterly devastated from the wolf's down. Several clumps of his soggy soaked rice. It only takes a few mouthfuls before he pokes his chopsticks at me, stabbing the air repeatedly in revelation. Didn't your mother ever tell you not to speak with your mouth full? He gives me a dirty look before choking down the rest of the food in his mouth and taking a gulp of juice. It's rather unsightly. Remembering my own food sitting in front of me, I decided to get the task of eating the cafeteria food over and done with as fast as possible. The sooner I do so, the sooner the experience will be over.
So, as I was saying, why would anyone want to live in that place anyway? I mean, what is there to see? Grassy plains, that's it. Lots and lots of grassy plains. And men in kilts.
Not sure which is worse, this food or his worldview. I can feel my face being dragged down by their combined weight. Not that he'd notice or care. It's not that bad. Why do you care about her so much anyway? She's just your class representative, after all. He gives a malevolent chuckle. Were this anyone but Kenji, I'd feel uneasy about how it sounds.
Finally found the chick in the Feminist Legion's armor. It took a while, but I'm confident that this is going to be how he... what? But I'm confident this is going to be how we can bring down the whole system. I'm about to blow your mind. You ready?
I tune out his rambling for a moment as I finish my rice and started on the unappetizing soup. One taste is enough to confirm that it's cold. Ready as I'll ever be.
I confirmed that Lily is in the Mafia.
What?
Alright, stay with me for a second here. I'll describe the scene.
I wish I could do so. I wish I could do otherwise.
Lily's there, walking down the street after school.
You're not stalking her, are you?
No, damn, man, I do have some sense of self-preservation.
But not dignity or morals or social standards.
Anyway, as I was saying, this car pulls up next to her. Guess who steps out? A man in a pinstripe suit. Waves her in. The two just leave just like that. I tell you, man, she's under protection. Under protection. A man in a...
I can see where this is going now. Oh, a man in a... I can see where this is going now. Takes effort not to sigh in exasperation. Let me guess, this man was about average height, had a slightly slender build, had blonde hair, looked foreign, and smiled a lot. He looked positively stunned. I take advantage of the moment of quietly to quickly gulp a mouthful of cold soup.
Seems you're more observant than I thought.
Yeah, I've chosen well. He giggles a little and nods to himself so dramatically that it looks comical. Can't tell whether that's intentional or not. The fact makes me frown.
This has important ramifications, you know. If she really is connected to people like them, we're smart about what we do in this information. We could turn this into the greatest weapon against the student council.
Once he starts rambling into conspiracy territory, my juice suddenly becomes much more important. Only half listening to his pontifications, my mind drifts to the matter of Lily and her antipathy for Shizune. The past between them is steadily becoming more coherent, but I'm not sure if I should be learning about her past this way. Indeed, even if I do work out what went on, it doesn't really seem like my business to go and interfere. Damn, not having Lily around is making my thoughts wander. I'm noticeably more bored and sullen without her company, and the same goes for Hanako. All we do during lunch anymore is eat and play chess. Come to think of it, I need to go check on Hanako after school too, considering her much improved attendance. I'm guessing she's come down with something. Nakai? I stop as I'm about to leave the classroom, turning the ball at his heel to meet Muto. He's holding out a couple of the worksheets we'd worked on during the day with his long, lanky arm. Would you mind giving these to Ikuzawa? I'd normally ask one of the girls to do it, but I'm assuming you'll be checking on her. For a moment, I briefly considered the possibility of that being more than an innocent prediction. I quickly discard the idea, though, as it's hard to think of him acting in such a Machiavellian way. It's not in his nature. Sure, no problem. Walking up the hallways of the girls' dorm, several ideas of why Hanako's been absent float in my head. The most obvious of them is just simple cold. That said, she may not even be sick at all. It's almost been a week since Lily left, and despite her at least appearing to be normal, I've suspected she's somewhat more insecure about what she's letting on. Eventually, I come to Hanako's dorm. Its simple brown door separating us. Her room's position next to Lily's is extremely convenient, probably a large contributor to their meeting in the first place. Grimacing slightly at the prospect of her being sick, I rap my knuckles on the door. In silence, I listen intently for any sound of shuffling coming inside, but I can't hear a thing. Knock on the door again, slightly harder. Still no answer. How strange. Door opens behind me. A freckled and somewhat scrawny underclassman I don't recognize comes out and is briefly taken off guard by my presence. Hi. I'm gonna ask about Hanako. Actually, this may be a rather fortuitous meeting. Hey, excuse me, do you know if Hanako's come out of her room today or not? She doesn't seem to be answering. Ikuzawa is Ikuzawa. Her not answering the door is totally normal. That tall foreign girl's the only person she'll ever talk to after all. She gives a shrug before walking down the hallway, having much more important matters to attend to than Hanako or me. Her dismissive attitude annoys me. Hanako must have a reputation as a hermit, a reputation that doesn't seem outright undeserved, at least in the time before we'd met. Scratching my head, I make one last attempt at getting Hanako to answer as I knock on the door one final time. Hanako, it's me. Muto said to give you some stuff. For a while, the attempt just seems as unsuccessful as the last. Just before I slip the sheets under her door, though, I can hear the handle rattling. As the door opens halfway, I do my best to look Hanako over as quickly as possible. It's a task made somewhat more difficult by her oversized gown hiding much of her body. She doesn't look sick, or at least not immediately so. To be honest, I'd prefer that to her expression right now. Hi, Hanako. Muto wanted me to give you these since you weren't in class today. I hold out the loose sheets, which she tentatively takes in her hands. The way she moves is weird, devoid of thought, as if she's some kind of mechanical automation rather than a living being. Are you okay? If you're feeling sick or anything, I could get the nurse. It feels almost pitiful to put on such a routine of get-well-soon act. I can't think of anything else I could possibly do for her, though. She seems to collect herself a little at the notion, but only a little. I'm fine. Okay. Awkward silence follows, eventually ended by her nodding solemnly in farewell and closing the door. The entire experience felt surreal. More than a little put off, I wandered back to my room and hoped that she'll be better by tomorrow, despite not knowing exactly what's wrong with her. I'm so sad. Poor Hanako.